Hello, everyone. I'm Melinda, NailFanatic, and we're back to do another show for today. And I was told today that we should work with this deck, the Psychic Tarot for the Heart. So, welcome back. Thank you for being an interactive part of our show. And let's see what other messages coming up for us today. I see Miss Dolly. Welcome back, girl. Welcome back. If you're new and you just found us, you know everything is on purpose, nothing is on accident, and so you're finding this channel has some definite purpose in it. Um, we're just gonna channel some messages. It's a very free form show. I just follow whatever my intuition speaks for the day. And hello, Lee. Lovely to have you back again as well. Our first card has fallen to the floor, and it is the Ace of Wands. In this deck, it's called Clarity of Belief. Clarity of Belief. I'm sorry, not the Ace of Wands. I meant to say the Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords. Clarity of Belief. So this is a card where all of a sudden the truth is understood and you're aware of new truth, you're aware of new ideas, new plans, new vision, new understanding, and it's like, okay, now what am I going to do with it? What am I going to do with what I know now? Well, let's see what's coming out next. What is this truth about? What is this epiphany, this download, this clarity that we have? What does this have to do with? Our next card will tell us more. Choosing your battles, the Seven of Wands. Also, in the traditional tarot, the Seven of Wands, all about persistence. But choose your battles. This is about, look at that, the truth as you stand up to these big stone heads. Wow. Some people got really big heads and they're made of stone. They're not even alive. Hello. What would you care? What is the importance? They think they got such big heads, but they're made of stone. There's no life there. There's no spirit there. And here you are. Just because they seem like they're so big, it doesn't matter at all, because here you are. You're actually alive. You're actually awake. You're actually able. You're actually a living, breathing, interactive being with free will and choice. And it's like somewhere there's this realization coming through for you right now that says, you know what? I'm just going to persist in doing what I do, because no matter how big those other heads are, they're not living. They're not alive. They're not doing nothing. And I get the idea of like people in your vicinity who appear on the surface to be so huge, so grand, so accomplished, so successful, so something. There's an appearance of that, but there's no life in it. It's all stone. It's all stone. And I feel like, here you've been through some major transformations to help you identify your truth. Look at the butterfly there, and it flies from your hands. Not only do you have truth, but this butterfly is flying around you and going and responding to your energy where you're in touch with your heart. So, what do you think is more effective, you or the heads of stone? I'm just saying, and how does that apply? Because the energy is influenced by you, but stone has no life. It doesn't, it's atoms, yeah, but I'm hearing that it is a dead pool, a dead path, a dead pool, a dead path, because there's no spirit in it. There's no spirit in it. There's nothing animating it. There's no spirit in it. So why allow that which is not spirit, does not have spirit in it, to be an intimidation, a factor, a fear, a player in your consciousness, in your choice, in your decisions? It's saying keep moving forward. Don't worry about what ain't got spirit in it. You are moving spirit. You are moved by spirit. You are that what spirit is. You are where life is at. and to stay in tune with that. Don't allow yourself to feel like, well, I'm not big enough. I'm not small. I'm too small. I'm not big enough. I don't have these accolades. I don't have these, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting the energy of, pieces of paper on a wall with somebody's name on it. It doesn't make you what you are, and it definitely don't make them what they are. Because there's a lot of people that with pieces of paper on the wall, but if they spiritually dead, what is it? You know what I'm saying? Like, they're there, but it's not what you're doing. Like, you're working with spirit. You're living, you're growing, you're transforming, and you cause life to respond to you the way you move with spirit, the way you work with spirit, with that Ace of Swords. I feel like somebody's really getting the idea, like, what I know and my truth, I see it respond around me, and I am not going to back down. So where before you were focused on these big old heads, focused on what the world says is making it big, being of importance, being noteworthy, successful, accomplished, blah, 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 fill in the blank, right? There's a shift in focus as a result of this epiphany. You've realized that it's not about the freaking pieces of paper or the plaques on the wall or the trophies on the stand. It's not about the licenses. It's not about all of these certifications and how many classes you've taken. It's about what are you doing with it. And it's caused you to change your focus. This realization of what you're doing with this knowledge, with this truth, with this clarity has caused you to change your focus. What are you actually doing with it? What are you creating? As you focus, you say, okay, here now with the Seeker card, this card of the Hermit says, I look within. Yes, I look within. And then what else came out with it? Let me see. Wow, look at this. And then the giving and receiving of the Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles. So I'm changing my focus on taking my gifts from all this going within, and I'm sharing it. I'm going to use it. I'm going to let it be a force in this universe. I'm going to put it out there. It's like there's this epiphany, like I could have all the knowledge, I could have all the truth, I could have all the words, I could have all the ideas, I could have all the enlightenment, I could have all that. But if I don't share it, then I end up just like these big old stone heads. No life, not doing nothing with it. It ain't contributing nothing to nothing. It's just big old stone head sitting there. The bottom of the deck is the Flow card. This is also the Chariot. The Flow card. It's time for change. Something's got to end. Something is being put to an end. And this isn't you saying, oh, I'm going to bring it to an end. No, this is the universe saying, you know what? It's time for this to end. And here's the evidence of that. And it came in, evidence of that, with the words. With the sword of the truth. It's a double-edged sword. It cuts both ways. And it surgically cuts through this idea that these big heads have more weight than you do. We're not talking about pounds. We're talking about the active force of you utilizing what you know to help life and help with the process of transformation. Not only for yourself, but your experience is important, man. Your experience is important. It's saying you've been through a lot of challenges. What I'm hearing is you've been through a lot of major life challenges. I bet if I talked on the phone with each and every one of you could be able to tell me what fucked up thing happened in your life that was so tragic that totally threw you off, but you had to get back from it. And then you end up, life brought you to where you sitting here watching this show right now. We all have it. And they're screaming at me about Teal Swann. Teal Swann has come back up in my life again. I initially found her probably about 5 years ago. I don't even know. But if you haven't heard of Till Swann, like, I don't remember her actual government name, but she goes by Till Swann. Look her up on YouTube. She's freaking amazing. She's freaking amazing. She went through some major shit that people are trying to tell her she's crazy, that didn't really happen. She was a victim of satanic ritual torture. You hear? Satanic ritual torture. I think she said for 10 years. And when I retouched on her story and thought about her story, you know what my big truth that I realized was? Because if you've been with this channel for a while, you know that my big thing in my life that brought me to where I was watching my father's suicide when he burned to death in front of my eyes as a teenager, right? And I kept, as I'm watching her story, you know what? I kept finding myself in so much gratitude because, hey, I'm glad that it didn't take 10 years of torture for me to become who and what I am. I'm grateful that my shit was 2 minutes. My father died from 2 minutes of smoke inhalation. And then I got to go on with my healing, which of course was like this roller coaster ride of making fucked up choices, self-loathing, anger, resentment, abandonment issues, and all this other stuff, right? But that girl had to live in her contrasting situation, as we're going to call it as what it is, a contrasting situation for 10 years. If I got that right, if I'm wrong, please forgive me, but I'm hearing for 10 years, this girl was a victim of satanic torture and ritual satanic torture. And this dude used to practice hunting her down to kill her. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. But that girl had to go through it for so long. So what there's all this is to say, look, you've been through some stuff. There's a lot of people out there that they think they're all that, and you think they all that because they got some kind of license, some kind of certificate, they got some kind of accolades, everybody recognize them and all this and all that. That's all good and fine. But if they ain't spiritually doing real with it, then it doesn't matter. And even though you may be small, look, he's tiny in comparison to the size of just their head is huge. So he may be unnoticeable. You may feel sometimes like you're unnoticed and you're not as big as they are. Yeah, that may be true. Maybe you ain't as big as they are. But you know what? What you do, that's real life. See, this is stone. That's not real life. You are real life. You hear me? You're real life. And all this stuff you went through matters. So change your focus from your size or the size of your bank account or the size of this of the size of your audience or the size of your viewership or the size of your business or the size of your house or the size of your car or the size of your family or whatever. Go inside. What are your gifts? What are your treasures? What are your gifts? What are your treasures? What are your abilities? What do you have, right? And share them. Because knowing what you have and having such valuable treasure is nothing if you cannot share it, use it, work with it. Let it work as a force in your life. So it's saying, tell your story. Share the techniques and tools that have aided you. No, you may not have a certification on your wall. You may not have a business and a freaking PhD after your name or whatever. But you know what? You have the ability to communicate your truth. And with this, it's saying when you do communicate your truth, you cause transformation. You cause transformation in the human nation. You can be a vice for separation, or you can be a vice to connect. What will you choose as your life's effect? Will you separate? Will you go off on your own and just sit there by yourself? Or will you connect with others and be the one who's giving and sharing and receiving with others? Okay, giving and receiving, sharing with others. Okay. Excuse me. Miss Dolly, I am going to make you a moderator, my dear. I just saw the comments. So I will add you as a moderator because you are always active on the channel, and you can handle that for me next time. You have good judgment. I will fully support that because yes, you're right. You shouldn't have to read nonsense like that. And this is the thing. Hold on a second. It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect with our channel message here. Because look, we can focus on whatever we want. And while I was sitting here focusing, channeling this message about how all the difficulties you've ever lived are beneficial, not only to yourself, but also to those who you choose to share your experience with, I could have cut off the channeling and I could have focused on the text over here. But you know what? When I'm doing the channeling, I'm not reading all your comments. When it's time for me to read comments, they tell me go read comments, right? And they want you to realize like there's a time where you're busy working, channeling, doing quote unquote God's work. Doing, okay, here we go, what the energy is calling for most at the time, right? Providing to humanity the service of what you are, right? And that's where you need to be focused. You don't allow the BS and the distractions and the commentary and the freaking critics to distract you from fulfilling your purpose. And that's what the hell has been happening with this over here. Somebody might have put it in your head. Well, you know, you don't have a degree. You have no business doing that. Oh, you know, your YouTube show, that's not real. That's just something kids play with. Tell that to the people who be texting me and messaging me, telling me about how they chose not to commit suicide, or how, you know, I helped them through. For example, one of our viewers was getting ready to have a child, needed something. I gave her words just from what my life has taught me. God has been my teacher through living this life, and God has been your teacher. The universe has taught you. The energy has taught you. Which choosing a vocabulary would you like to adopt for yourself, right? Because it's a choice of vocabulary and it's a perspective. To me, it's all the same. And you could pay attention to other people that want to speak out about against you. Oh, girl, it's a waste of your time. Why you do that stupid YouTube channel? You know, you could be doing that. Why don't you go get a job at a tarot shop or a mystic shop or something? Look, dude, because you don't understand. This isn't your vision. It's mine to command. And what I'm doing right here, I may look like I'm this little, right? And this is somebody, I'm just totally channeling somebody, right? I may look like I'm this little, but where's the life? Where is the life? Where is the empowerment? It's right here with me, right? Because I take the truth, my truth, and I allow it to be shared with you through channeling these messages. The universe has our back in this, and I am so glad because during the retreat, you know, last year was the second annual Love, Peace, and Happiness retreat, which the third annual will be May 6th, 7th, and 8th, 2020. More to come after the first of the year. But I gave my own personal deck away. I finally replaced it. I'm so freaking excited. So let's see what the universe has to say for us today in regards to all these messages that we've channeled. We need some encouragement. It's a time of deep change. It's a time of deep transformation. The new moon in Scorpio, I feel like, has put a lot of people on their physical asses. There's so much healing going on with our spirit that our physical body is having a hard time keeping up. So you're seeing side effects of that in the way your body is responding through boredom, through tiresome, through a need to rest, and in releasing boogers and sharts and farts and poops and pees and runny noses and coughs and all these weird things happening, right? All of a sudden, boom, it's everywhere. And yeah, we could say it's the change in weather. You're right. We could say it's a change in weather. But I know better. It's a change in the spiritual weather having a physical side effect. That's why it's all over the place. The physical is a side effect of the spiritual. And it's showing that major change is happening. That's why all this releasing is happening. If you have your personal cleansing ritual, what you like to do, it's a good idea to run through that real quick. Personally, I found that I really love Palo Santo better than sage. I've been doing more investigation into it, and I found that sage basically just cleans all energy, where Palo Santo is more, what did we say earlier? Like a surgical knife with clearing negative energy and infusing good fortune and positivity. So I personally like burning Palo Santo, and I am expecting my huge shipment of Palo Santo. I will be doing some energy work over that. And this is at the request of one of our Love, Peace, and Happiness family viewers here, who was like, look, I want to get some, but I don't just want to go get some from anyone because everybody's got energy. Why don't you get some so I could get some from you? And, you know, I'm just, look, I see a need. I feel a need. You give me requests. I do my best. And the universe supports that. So very soon I will have Palo Santo available for you. More details to come. Our universe has a back card is out of the deck. I'm just holding it. I haven't looked at it yet. Let's see what it says. The presence of love will always cast out fear. The presence of love will always cast out fear. So where you've been saying, oh yeah, I'd love to, but I'm afraid. If you really love to, that afraid will disappear. Love is more powerful than fear. And once you put the light in there, the shadow is gone. Once you cast the light, the shadow is gone. So look, but love and fear cannot reside together. They just cannot reside together. One is false and one is real. And false evidence appearing real is that acronym they gave to fear. So it's like, I mean, this is what they taught me to do. This is what love, source, God, my angels, ancestors, and guides, the energy, the universe has taught me to do. My life experience, my higher self, pick your favorite vocabulary word, taught me to do. Is this fear stopping me from something because it's actually protecting my life, safeguarding me? Or is this just because I never did this before and I'm nervous as heck to do something I never did before? And maybe it's a little bit risky, but really I'm not in no like physical danger. I'm not trying to hurt nobody. This is just because it's so different. Because, you know, none of our dreams live where our comfort zone is. They all live outside of our comfort zone. If they weren't outside of our comfort zone, they wouldn't be dreams. They would be our reality. You would have already experienced them. Like, that's kind of how it works. The presence of love will always cast out fear. So how can you get into the love? Now look at this. I said a moment ago that I really believe a lot of this heavy energy that we've been experiencing, this, oh my God, I just want to lay down. I just want to go to sleep. Oh my God, my nose dripped on my shirt. Or, oh my God, I vomited. Or the baby had a shark. Or that diarrhea was no joke. Look, all of that stuff I mentioned that I really believe is connected to this new moon and Scorpio energy. And so what do we have here? But a new moon, a full moon, a full moon. Sorry, not a new moon, a full moon. New moon is black, a full moon. Things coming to completion. This is the beginning of a new phase. And it's like when the, wow, why are you showing me this? So weird. So when the baby is born, before it can take its first breath, they have to clean its mouth out. They got to like pat it on the back, clean its mouth out, clean its boogers out. It's got all this yucky stuff that has to come out first. So somewhere in there is the understanding that, look, dude, we're in a new place. Love is what's going to help you bring a completion to this. You will get through this. New moon to full moon, new moon to full moon. You're going to get through this, okay? And you have a truth. And your truth is transformative. Be persistent. Don't worry about the stone heads that's talking mess. Change your focus from the stone heads and keep doing your best. You've gone within to get the blessings, the truth, the enlightenment, the awareness, the calmness, the rest. Now it's time to put it out there, give it, share it, do something with it. Let it be alive. Don't let it sit there like a stone head. These are the messages I have for you, everybody. Today's message was definitely different. I absolutely love and adore the part of me that aligns with you. The golden thread that shines all the way through, called love and peace and happiness. And in the meantime, in between time, you can treat yourself at lphtarot.com. I don't know where my sign went. I've been moving back and forth to the studio. I might be at the studio still. I don't know, guys. Anyways, let me read some comments before I finish my song, because it seems like we have a whole lot of comments on here, and your words are important to me. Lee, thank you for noticing. Grandson, like, they have been totally feeling this energy. My baby passed out right while we were doing the show. Look at that. I said, honey, I need to do my show. Can I sit there? He said, no, I don't want to move. I said, okay. And I just kind of sat at the end of the seat over here and left him alone. So there's that. Yay, we got to ban a distraction today. Lovely, lovely. Mama Kush, she caught us live. Glad you found her channel. Thank you so much. We love having you here. Miss Linda Capri, she agrees. She said, true. Let me see. What else do we have? Miss Dolly really loved the read. Thank you for accepting the responsibility of maintaining the troll bridge. Yes, we have to burn the bridge for the trolls. You're right. People talking about, look, Dolly talking here about falling asleep and coughing and stuff. And Linda Capri said society make people feel worthless without a degree. Dude, I'm so serious. Like, look, if you really in tune, you don't need to go sign up to somebody's university, college, or something to teach you. You're going to pick it up because the whole planet is here and being used to teach you. See, Hermetic rule, Hermetic law number one, universal law number one, all is one is all, and all is mind. That's what people call God. It's all connected. And the more in tune you are, the more you'll learn to read the world around you. Pay attention to the cycles. Listen to what people are saying. Pay attention to the word that keeps flashing in front of your eyes, and the numbers that keep passing, and the animals that keep talking to you and crossing your path, and the people keep repeating the same thing to you and telling you the same thing. Well, shit, you might be the common denominator in that den, right? You pay attention. Pay attention and you'll learn, because God is always teaching you directly. He didn't say, hey, if you go sign up over there at Yale University, then I can really work with you. If you go get a theology degree, then I'll use your services. No, that was a human thing, honey. That was a human thing. And I am grateful. I am grateful that I have a high school diploma. And I am grateful that I never went to somebody's college so they could contaminate the pure teachings that life and source and universe, God, experience, my higher self, my angels, ancestors, and guides, did we hit your right word yet? Have taught me. Just saying. Let me see here. And Ms. Dolly mentions a cinnamon cleansing, and cinnamon is awesome. I mentioned Palo Santo. I have some of that stuff. It's good stuff. Oh, my baby, you're going to be okay. I promise. I know it's not fun. You hear what's going on over here? Like, I know some of y'all is dealing with this stuff too. I'm so grateful that I have assistance. Look, Linda says she thought it was pregnancy symptoms. This is crazy. Hello, Jace. Welcome to the channel. You didn't miss it. You caught the end of our channel conversation. Guys, I will always be back with more for you. I'm going to be grandma. And the rest of the song, I'm going to watch another video. You'll find it there. That's kind of like the energy of today. Dude, focus on what matters. I got to go. Love you. Bye.